Hello, Mohan sir. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Please wait 1 minute. I'll start session.
Sure.
Fine. Let's start today's session. So this is the first session of your .NET Core Package course. So this is .NET 8. That means I'm going to cover all the subjects related to .NET 8 standard. So .NET Core 8 also we can call it as .NET 8 or .NET Core 8. So we are in 8th version, that is Core 8 version of .NET. So I'm going to teach all the subjects in .NET package, the .NET Core 8 only. Okay. But there is .NET framework is there as well as core framework is there. So I'll let you know that what is the main difference between .NET framework and core framework. Very simple. .NET framework means platform dependent style. .NET Core framework means platform independent style. Okay, that is only the difference mainly. But initially, .NET was completely based on .NET framework only, which makes platform dependent. So what is platform dependent as well as independent? I'll explain you. But later onwards, like from 2016 onwards, Microsoft introduced .NET Core frameworks also. So who are looking for making their .NET applications or platform independent style. So very simple, platform dependent means the .NET framework applications can only run on Windows based operating systems, which cannot run on other operating systems. Whereas .NET Core platform in the sense, .NET applications can able to run on any operating system like Windows, Unix, Linux, other Mac OS operating systems also. So which one do you want to use? You can use, but majority of the people nowadays .NET Core we are using because core means which can make platform independent style. So programmer can run their .NET applications on any platform, can build for any platform, uh, including like Unix, Linux, okay, Windows, as well as Mac OS. So that's the reason .NET 8 version I'm going to teach, that is Core 8 version it is. So first of all, what is .NET you have to understand. Later onwards, I'll include clearly what kind of subjects I'm going to teach in complete .NET package. Okay. So first of all, what is .NET? At first point is .NET is the product of Microsoft ultimately. Yes, .NET is the product of Microsoft. You know that already. .NET is completely the product of Microsoft. Yes. So Microsoft team members only they implement completely .NET. So there is no author or father of .NET. The reason is .NET completely built by multiple developers, which is completely Microsoft community. That's the reason it is completely .NET is a product of Microsoft. And .NET is a framework actually. Initially, Microsoft introduced .NET as a framework only. So it is a framework. It is not a technology. It is not a language. What is .NET means? It is a framework. Okay. So which is completely designed by Microsoft Corporation. So .NET is a framework which is completely designed by Microsoft. Okay. .NET was announced by Bill Gates. .NET was announced by Bill Gates in the year of in the year of 2000. The first version of .NET was released in the year of 2002. From 2002 onwards, people are using .NET to build the applications in real time. The first version of .NET was released in the year of 2002. .NET was announced for the first time by Bill Gates in the year of 2000, which is completely implemented and designed by Microsoft Corporation. But what is .NET stands for? Okay. So according to Microsoft, there was no official abbreviation of .NET. Okay. But most of the programmers or developers, they used to call it as net means network enabled technology, or some programmers used to call it as network enterprise technology. Network enterprise technology. But I'm saying that according to Microsoft, there is no official abbreviation of .NET. Only the programmers or third-party users, they used to call it as NET stands for network enabled technology or network enterprise technology. Why generally they used to call network enabled technology means most of the .NET applications, after building .NET application, most of the applications which can run over the internet or over the network. That's what we are calling it as network enabled technology. Got clarity? But remember that Microsoft never announced the abbreviation for .NET, that is network enabled technology or network enterprise technology, only .NET. You may get doubt what is dot stands for here. Dot is nothing but it is an extension, or according to our programming terminology in our .NET especially, dot is nothing but one operator, one kind of operator, like access operator, member access operator. See, the moment while writing code in .NET programming, every time we used to use most of the cases dot extension or access operator only. Okay, so console dot, Windows dot, forms dot, like that only. Every time dot will play the role actually. If you miss the dot, there will be a big problem in the coding part. Okay, so obviously dot is, it is not extension actually, but it is one kind of operator like member access operator. So it is called operator actually. So this is basic information about .NET. What is .NET? Okay, that's it. I can say if anybody asks you what is .NET means, it's a .NET is a framework tool. You can say that. Not programming language, not technology. Undoubtedly, in the .NET, we are going to learn programming languages and we are going to learn technologies. Okay, complete combination it is. That's what generally we used to call .NET is nothing but it's a framework. Microsoft people are giving .NET framework or .NET core framework to the developers to build the applications. Okay, now it's time to talk about .NET framework and .NET core framework. What is the main difference? .NET framework as well as .NET core framework. Core. What is the difference? Both are same, not same. But as I said that initially, when we started .NET like first version 2002, there was only .NET framework. There is no .NET core. Okay. From the beginning days, from 2002 onwards, people were used .NET framework only to build lot of applications. Okay. Build a lot of application, .NET framework. So from 2002 to 2015, there is only .NET framework. .NET framework means which makes .NET applications are platform dependent, sir, actually. This is most important. Try to understand that. Dependent. Okay. Platform dependent means what? The moment when we develop any application using .NET framework, that .NET applications can only run on which kind of operating system? Windows a kind of operating system only. Yes, Windows OS. Only Windows OS it's possible to run. And the moment when we start development of .NET applications using .NET framework, the application cannot run on other operating system like Mac OS, Unix, Linux, and other OS. Purely it is platform dependent style only. That's the reason even though .NET was popular and using .NET we can build application development is faster rate just because of Java was platform independent. More developers or most of the people also prefer Java at that time. Even it is popular during the period of 2002 to 2015. .NET was became popular, but even though still majority of the people recommend or they were used Java just because of already Java from the beginning onwards platform independent style means which is makes run on all operating system. That's the reason Microsoft community think that they introduced from 2016. Look at this .NET Core version from 2016. First time they introduced a .NET Core version from 2016 till today, till date. We are using .NET Core only. 2016 onwards, they introduced a .NET Core, which makes completely what's a .NET applications are platform independent style. Yes, independent style only. Independent style means which can run on all operating systems, always. Windows, Unix, Linux, Mac OS, and other OS. So tell me, what is our learning process? .NET Core or .NET Framework? Anyone. But most of the cases nowadays, people are learning .NET Core, not .NET Framework. But still, some companies whoever already associated with .NET framework with their project, still they use .NET framework version only, which makes platform dependent style. Okay, but nowadays better to learn .NET Core version. It is equal to Java. How Java makes platform independent style. Same .NET also similarly makes platform independent style when the moment we use .NET Core framework. So this is the core version and the framework version main differences. Got clarity? 2016 till date platform independent style .NET Core only. In the core version, we are in the 8 version right now. Okay, so that's what you are learning .NET Core 8 or .NET 8, you can say that. If anybody asks you which version of .NET you are going to learn means you should say .NET 8 or else you can say .NET Core 8. Okay, .NET 5, 6, 7, 8 also there. Even 9 also in the on the way to introduce. So we are using .NET 8 in this course completely. We are introducing complete .NET 8 core concepts only we are going to discuss. For interview purpose and getting a job purpose, this is better approach. This is latest and all the updation things we are going to learn in our sessions. Okay. So this is .NET Core completely here. But once I want to explain you later coming to the in the upcoming next tomorrow session, I'll explain you clearly framework versions and core versions also no problem. There are lot of version histories there. But meanwhile, my plan is to do this. I want to explain you in this .NET 8 package course, the course duration especially, and how the way we are going to discuss all the .NET 8 related subjects. What subjects I'm going to cover, I must disclose here because you must get the clarity before going to learn .NET completely. So you must know that what subjects are there in .NET package. Okay. So first remember that here in .NET, so you must learn first one language that is C sharp .NET. Yes, this is our programming language, sir. Remember, this is very important language. First 45 days to 50 working days, we will focus completely in the learning process of C sharp .NET only. The reason is without programming knowledge, you can't develop any further application. That's the reason C sharp .NET is a main subject and core subject. How Java people learn Java language code. before going to implement their application. So how they learn Java language. Okay, core Java, advanced Java. So for .NET developers, what language we have? C Sharp .NET, programming language. Next, ASP.NET. ASP.NET. This is core version only, which I'm going to explain. ASP.NET core. Next, third subject is ASP.NET core MVC, model view control. Fourth one is ASP.NET core entity framework. These are all ASP.NET family only, completely entity framework. Okay. Next, fourth one is ASP.NET. Fifth one, ASP.NET, ASP.NET Web API. Yes, which is really important in real time. Web API. And next, sixth one is UI technology basics. That means what? UI basics. UI basics means HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery, then Bootstrap. Okay, these are the UI technology basics. And seventh one is, which is really important, Microsoft SQL Server. That means MS SQL Server, which is really product of Microsoft again. Totally in this .NET course, you are going to learn these many subjects. C Sharp.NET, one main programming language. In the ASP.NET web development, we are going to cover total 4 frameworks: core framework, MVC framework, entity framework, API framework. And designing
Mohan
purpose,
sir,
tell me.
yes, just sorry to interrupt you. I have a question.
Sure, sure.
So, uh, when we are going to go ahead with these steps, are we going to cover how to do the authorization and authentication in the application? Like,
Obviously,
take an
obviously.
example. If we think about a Windows authentication,
Hmm.
how we can do this in application. Nowadays, I'm working in an IT company,
Hmm.
and I struggle a lot in that area as well. I'm not able to understand how they are doing this, like
Sure, man.
Windows
In
authentication or the
C#.NET,
SQL authentication.
especially, we are much more focused on Windows Forms application with connectivity with Microsoft SQL Server operations all.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
As server as well, are we going to cover the how to host the application, what how the IS server works?
You mean to say you are speaking about web applications?
Yes, sir. When we are talking about the web application, how to host it on an IS web server,
Obviously. That's
what is the
complete
pro? Okay.
configuration will teach.
Okay. Thank you.
Obviously, server is important. Internet information service through, we can host our website onto the server. We can uh, use that IP address through, web address through.
Thank you.
See, so these are the ASP.NET related subjects which I'm going to cover, and UI technologies basics, which is really helpful to design our web application. And compulsory, uh, as a .NET programmer, you must aware of MS SQL Server, Microsoft SQL Server database knowledge also. So first, the initial stage, we are going to start our programming language, that is C Sharp.NET. After completion of introduction of .NET, we are going to start programming language, that is C Sharp.NET. Okay. So next, we are going to start MS SQL Server, Microsoft SQL Server database syllabus I'll cover. Once you have good knowledge at C Sharp.NET programming, as well as good knowledge in the database level, that is managing the data, okay, completely. Once you got the database related idea and programming language idea, then we will start finally ASP.NET web development with MVC architecture, entity framework architecture, web API, everything, with including UI technology designing progress, that is HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery, Bootstrap. So to cover all these topics with detailed lectures, with detailed coding, and with complete PDF documentation, which I'm going to send to you. So total duration of this course is minimum 4 months it will take, maximum 4.5 months. That clarity? 4 months duration it is required compulsory for all covering this all subjects with the proper training and proper picture. So you want to get proper knowledge, you want to become a good at the programming of .NET, or else do you want to get a job on .NET, you must and should focus 4 months strongly on all these subjects. Once you learn complete these all subjects, undoubtedly you should be in a position to crack the interviews, and easily you can able to survive after getting a job on .NET. But strictly remember, there are plenty of jobs opportunities are there in .NET especially, but you must show your skill set. That's it. Okay. So this is, and one more thing here, uh, in every topic topic wise documentation preparation already there, and topic wise programs also we will write in our editor. Same topic, same programs, we will hand over it to you through mail. And every day the session recorded is going to take place. The same day the recorded session video we will upload to your Google Drive. The video access or lifetime access, no what we can say lock period, only 6 months or 8 months, not like that. Especially my videos, even I used to handle a lot of full stack subjects like Python full stack, .NET full stack, no, so all my videos are lifetime accessible. Even though my team will send a mail that is 6 months access, because that is common message will be forward to all students who are opted with the Durgasoft. So most of the trainers who are tie up with the Durgasoft, they used to give the access, the video access for the students only 6 months, but my side I'm giving lifetime access. So I can once I give access, the folder access to you, that lifetime you can able to watch those videos which I uploaded. So that is the thing, including PDF material and interview questions and everything will be covered in our lecture. Okay. And next,
Sir,
yeah,
I have a question. So right now I'm a working professional, and currently my company is working on .NET only because they have their legacy application,
mm,
and I didn't get exposure to work on the .NET Core as of now. That's
uh,
the reason I'm learning in this class. So does it does this class give me confidence to crack an interview in the .NET Core?
undoubtedly, man. That's what I'm saying, no.
Okay.
But only the thing is, you have to be focused and attend regular classes. And if you have any doubt, you can feel free to ask the question in the class, like how we are asking. At the same time, once demo lectures are over, minimum 4 to 5 demo lectures are there. Please continue the demo lectures. After that enrollment process is over, we have a .NET online training group. Especially, I am the admin person. Many of the students who are attending currently my sessions, they keep on post the questions, and if they are having any doubts, so we can quickly give the response in that group only. So communication will be keep on going as long as sessions are continuing. Even after completion of sessions also, the group is not going to be drop, it will be continue process. So every time we will assist you regarding what the way you want. Okay, as projects also will be there in the ASP.NET web development. So this ASP.NET Core, MVC, web API, everything with project orientation only, I'm going to teach complete classes so that you will get hands-on experience. So coding experience you will get completely as a fresher. If you attend interview, you can claim yourself, I have some hands-on projects like that only. So total 4 months duration compulsory minimum this is. And moreover, I wanted to tell you, so I strongly suggest you better to enroll for this total course, .NET entire package course. Okay, I'll tell you what is the reason. Or else I can tell you clearly. Initially, do you want to observe your skill set? Okay, sir, first I want to learn C#.NET so that I can decide later whether I am approaching well with C#.NET or not. After that, I can think about rest of the courses like ASP.NET, MS SQL, all these things means you can also do like this. So first you can only enroll for C#.NET course. Okay, after that, do you want to extend once I start Microsoft SQL Server development session and ASP.NET Core and other development sessions, you want to enroll it again, you can enroll. That also possible. But if you do like this, the course fee structure will be little bit increased, like 1,500 to 2,000 more. But if you enroll for the first time only package course, it will be less actually. So that things you can talk to our administrative team. They will contact you soon. Rest of the things you can discuss with them. They'll clearly explain what is required. Okay. But I'm giving you clarity. What how the way you want, you can register the course, no problem at all. But mainly, let me focus apart from this basic discussion. Let me discuss each subject purpose is what actually. Yes, you are going to learn ultimately these many subjects which I have written here, but you must know the purpose of each subject, no, sir? Yes, that's the reason I'm telling you. First subject is C Sharp.net. What is this? I'm telling you, C Sharp.net is a programming language. It is a programming language. Do you want to become a programmer? Compulsory, you should have the knowledge of programming part. At least one programming knowledge skills are required, which is most popular in entire .NET, that is C Sharp.NET language. So C Sharp.NET is a programming language which is used to write the coding part for the application development. Yes. C Sharp.NET is a programming language which is used to write the coding part for the application development. Yes. To develop any application, compulsory programming code is required, sir. Without programming part, you can't build any application. And moreover, why I am asking you to give importance to C Sharp.NET means once you complete C Sharp.NET course, my complete first 45 days to 50 working days focus is C Sharp.NET only, sir. The reason is why, C Sharp.NET skills are very much important to learn rest of the subjects, especially these. If you don't have knowledge of C Sharp.NET, you can't able to learn these ASP.NET Core, MVC, Entity Framework, Web API, waste of time. Because even though we go with ASP.NET, MVC, Entity Framework, Web API, whatever the code, logic code we are completely right in this area, that logic is belongs to what C Sharp.NET only. So that means ultimate language is C Sharp.NET. We can do lot more things with C Sharp.NET language. Okay, so it's a programming language purely. But notice this, these all, whatever I'm selecting here, .NET Core, ASP.NET Core, ASP.NET Core MVC, Entity Framework, Web API, not at all programming languages. Okay, ultimately only one programming language we are going to learn in the entire .NET package, that is C Sharp.NET. But these are all not programming language. These are completely frameworks. ASP.NET Core Framework, MVC Framework, Entity Framework, Web API. Sir, what is the meaning of framework? Simple, sir. Framework is nothing but it's having set of protocols, rules and regulations and libraries. Microsoft Corporation giving to the .NET developers some frameworks to build applications easily. So for that, they are giving some rules and regulations. And by following that rules and regulations and protocols, we need to implement applications with quick span of time. Just because of they are offering so many libraries in the form of ASP.NET Core, MVC, Entity Framework, Web API libraries, we can build the applications very faster rate. So maximum contribution code contribution is coming from Microsoft company, and minimum contribution we should give from our side as a programmer. So that's the reason I used to say building the web development or building any application web application development purpose, we use one programming language we are going to learn in the entire .NET package, that is C Sharp.NET. But these are all not programming language. These are completely frameworks. ASP.NET Core Framework, MVC Framework, Entity Framework, Web API. Sir, what is the meaning of framework? Simple, sir. Framework is nothing but it's having set of protocols, rules and regulations and libraries. Microsoft Corporation giving to the .NET developers some frameworks to build applications easily. So for that, they are giving some rules and regulations. And by following that rules and regulations and protocols, we need to implement applications with quick span of time. Just because of they are offering so many libraries in the form of ASP.NET Core, MVC, Entity Framework, Web API libraries, we can build the applications very faster rate. So maximum contribution code contribution is coming from Microsoft company, and minimum contribution we should give from our side as a programmer. So that's the reason I used to say building the web development or building any application based on Java will take much more long time when compared to .NET. So building applications using .NET is very much less time it will take because Microsoft will provide a lot of built-in libraries. Using those libraries, we can build the application code quickly with less span of time. That is the main advantage because all predefined stuff or ready-made resources are available in .NET. Okay, fine. Now coming to this next subject which I'm explaining, ASP.NET Core. First of all, you must know that ASP.NET means what? ASP stands for Active Server Page. ASP.NET stands for Active Server Page. So, which is used to build web applications. ASP.NET is used to build what's a web applications, which is used to build the web applications. Yes, our main target is these applications only in real time. Every time in our day-to-day life, we are going to use web applications only, sir. So what is web application means, the application which will provide, which will provide the services which will provide the services over the web over the web or internet over the web or internet is called web application. Yes, lot of services we are getting over the internet, over the network nowadays. So to buy a product we are using Flipkart, Amazon, and to do some transactions we are using banking application. To order the food we are using lot of mobile applications like Swiggy app, Zomato, so many. So all the activities we are performing over the web, that are web applications only or web apps only. So in entire the .NET platform, how to build web application means using ASP.NET framework. Tell me, Mr. Ashwin.
Sir, if we talk about the active server pages, which we use to create the application of the web
Yeah,
in earlier days.
ASP stands
So,
for Active Server Page.
okay. So, are we talking about the active server pages, which was the classical ASP, which was built in the HTML pages, or
Yeah,
is
all
just a
the web
definition of,
application, yes.
or just a definition of ASP only?
No. ASP with the core. See, sir, ASP.NET is separate. Previously, which was
Yes.
there with is integrated with the .NET framework. Nowadays, ASP.NET Core is there. Core means completely architecture is different. MVC architecture through we are going to design. So
Mm.
normal classical ASP is only purely there are two-layer architecture is there, front end and back end. But nowadays people are implementing all the real-time application with what architecture pattern, design pattern, MVC, model view controller template. We are going to use this architecture only in the ASP.NET Core development, MVC architecture. So many
Understood.
tools are there in the MVC platform. Models, views, controllers, all database layers, presentation layers, and business access layer will come together integrated with ASP.NET Core. So the application which will provide services over the web or internet is called web application. Web application development purpose, we use ASP.NET server side technology. Fine. Then all the web application implementation we are doing in what platform? MVC platform. This is very important in real time. MVC. In this MVC, M stands for model, V stands for view, C stands for controller. Okay. So in MVC architecture or design pattern, yes, we are building web applications through this MVT architecture only. So model is nothing but what database access layer, data access layer. Yes. V is nothing but what you know, presentation layer. Presentation layer. Presentation layer it is. And controller is nothing but business access layer. Business access layer. So model is nothing but data access layer. That means complete database related code we are going to write in model, database related code. And VV is nothing but presentation layer, complete designing purpose. We are writing the code designing layer. What we are going to see for the first time when we open any website, we are going to see the user interface or design or not. That designing layer is nothing but presentation layer, view logic. Controller is nothing but action method. That means business access layer. This is called coding part. Coding part. So coding part purpose, we use controller action methods. That is business access layer. Designing part purpose, we use presentation layer. That is view. View is nothing but presentation. How the end users are viewing the first current pages. And a database to store the data or customer data purpose, we are going to use database coding, that is data access layer, which represent by model only. Now coming to this, all three integrated, sir. See, coding purpose in the controller layer, we are going to use programming language, that is C#.NET. Designing purpose, if you want to design web pages or something like this, we are going to write UI technologies. These are the UI technologies we are going to use. And database purpose in the MVC design architecture pattern, we are going to use what? Microsoft SQL Server. I hope you understand the concept clearly. So in especially ASP.NET framework through, we are going to design and develop web applications. That two web applications on what design pattern through we are going to implement? MVC pattern. In MVC pattern, M for model, V for view, C for controller. Model represent data access layer, that means database coding. For database coding purpose, what subject we are going to learn? Microsoft SQL Server. View is nothing but presentation layer. What end user is going to see on the screen for the first time when we open website, that is for designing purpose. Designing purpose, what we are going to learn? UI basics like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery, Bootstrap. Okay. And only design and only database through nothing we can do. Complete action methods. That means you have to perform some actions. So we need to write some logic part for doing or for making some correct actions. That purpose we use controller action methods. That is business access layer. Coding purpose we use what language? C#.NET. So one language is required to develop web application for coding purpose, C#.NET. Designing is required. Designing purpose we use UI basics. Database is required to store the information of client or customer. That purpose we are going to learn Microsoft SQL Server. So all together we will build one application, that is web application with MVC architecture. Okay. Now, sir, what about these two subjects? Why these two frameworks again? In ASP.NET web application development, it is an integral part, entity framework as well as web API. So entity framework is nothing but very simple, sir. Without writing raw SQL statements, especially, see, if you want to communicate from front end application to back end application, compulsory we need to pass SQL queries. But we are not going to pass raw SQL statements like insert query, update query, delete query, all manually. Without writing raw SQL statements, do you want to do perform operations with the database? Then we recommend to use entity framework tool is there. If I do this entity framework tool, what is the main advantage means? Normal C#.NET class program through, we can generate tables, we can prepare the SQL statements automatically. That's the reason we are going to use entity framework. Mostly you may not understand at this point what I'm telling you entity framework, but in the reality, whenever we start actual development, you will come to know automatically about entity framework. But one thing I can say, web API. Web API is very, very important, sir. API stands for what? Application Programming Interface. This application programming interface is very important in the real-time development. Application programming interface. See, sir, very simple. In our daily life, we are going to use many web applications like Swiggy app, Flipkart app, Amazon app, like that. So generally the applications while we are using, so we need to make communication with other application also. It's important. Okay, for example, you are doing Swiggy app, you are placed the food order. After completion of your order, then you need to do some make the payment. For making payment, your Swiggy app must and should communicate with your concerned banking applications, no? So then banking application also should able to interact with your Swiggy app, because for making payment confirmation, so that request and response should happen from Swiggy app through your banking app, and as well as banking app through your Swiggy app. So both applications are communicating with each other. Then only we can make our transaction successful. That communication is going to happen in real time via API. So that's the reason API concept is very, 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 very important in every web development. So API is nothing but application programming interface. So what is exactly API will do means, API is a software tool. API is a software tool which enables which enables which enable the communication which enable the communication which enables the communication between two or more applications. Yes, two or more applications. So without making the communication between two or more applications nowadays, there is no transactions going to be successful. Compulsory your web application need to talk with other application for better uh, transactions in real time. So if you don't create APIs for your web application, your web application cannot speak with other applications to make the transaction successful. So that's what API part also very important. For our ASP.NET web applications, we need to generate API. To generate API purpose, we are going to learn what subject? Web API subject. So this is also another important subject which we are going to teach. API communication, we can say that. So ultimately, in the total .NET package course, you are going to learn front-end development and as well as back-end development. That means ultimately you will get knowledge on front-end development as well as back-end development. But notice this, only front-end development purpose we are going to use UI basics. HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery and Bootstrap. And this is only for design. This is front-end development. But remaining thing like C#.NET programming language, ASP.NET MVC, Entity Framework, Web API, even including Microsoft SQL Server, these are all under comes into back-end application development. So total front-end and back-end is there. Front-end means only UI basics, designing purpose. Rest of all the subjects are back-end only. So back-end need a lot of things. The programming language, C#.NET. The framework, ASP.NET MVC, Entity Framework, Web API. And the database, Microsoft SQL Server. So total, these are the subjects which I'm going to cover in entire the .NET package. You're going to learn .NET 8 core version. Okay. So in tomorrow's session, I'll discuss more about what is .NET framework version and what are the .NET core version. Okay. And what editor tool I'm going to use continuously in our .NET development procedure. You just consider this demo is a very simple and basic demo session, just basic information which I provided. I hope you understand that. So in this session, just I discuss what is .NET, and .NET is the product of Microsoft, and what subject I'm going to cover, each and every subject purpose, and the duration of this course is 4 months only. And tomorrow actual session is going to begin. We will focus complete introduction .NET. Once we complete introduction of .NET, we will start our main programming language is C#.NET with coding styles. So that's all from my side today. I'm going to give you clarity. So this entire the course duration is 4 months. In this 4 months duration,
Every day session is going to record the session recorded video immediately on the same day itself will upload to your Google Drive lifetime access, along with complete each and every subject PDF document also completely will get. And as long as the course is going to be continuing, like lectures are going to be continuing, complete 100% assistance will be there from my side through WhatsApp group. You can communicate with me at any point of view, any doubts. I'm ready to clarify your doubts. So that's all from my side today. Now it's time to ask any questions from your side. If you have any questions related to this .NET, so you can feel free to ask me. I'll try to clarify your doubts.
Hello, sir. This is
Yeah.
Vanita.
Yeah.
WCF and WPF topics
No,
also included
no,
this
sir.
this
We are not
package.
covering that. Is WCF, WPF also there. That is extension of Windows Forms application, WPF,
Oh,
Windows
yeah.
Presentation Foundation. And WCF is not at all required. Why I am telling you? Actually, in the olden days of .NET, we were used web services. I think you heard about web services.
Yeah.
Yeah. The web services extension, more communication channels, Microsoft integrated with WCF. That is uh, Windows Communication Foundation, Windows Presentation Foundation, WCF you are speaking. But in place of WCF, completely we are using this subject web.
Web API. Okay.
Yeah, this is advanced version, more advanced channels are.
Oh,
That's the reason I have not included WCF.
oh, got it, sir. Thank you.
Mohan, are we going to cover the design pattern as well in this?
What design patterns? Can you name it some design patterns? Tell me.
Sir, there are so many design patterns. I mean, can you
That's the reason.
take an example, singleton and some others?
Tell me.
Singleton is there and some other patterns are the factor
That all
pattern.
part of ASP.NET development only. I'll explain that while developing ASP.NET Core, what design pattern we are going to use.
Oh.
Yeah. Any more questions?
So nowadays, what I have seen that the companies and the projects are very concerned about the securities. So
Hmm.
are we going to cover most of the securities when we are creating a web application?
Obviously.
Okay.
See, the thing is, most of the security precautions will take care in the coding development of object-oriented programming itself. But in the web development process, we have some lot of authentication schemes and authorization schemes are there. In that way, we will achieve the security.
Okay, sir. I mean, after this class, do we have any detailed information where we can identify that how many things we are going to cover? Because when I was doing a registration, that time I have seen that is uh, the details are very old.
See, that means course content you are asking.
Is the course content, which
Huh?
at the time of the registration, the course content I have seen that was very old, sir.
I'm
And
not getting.
so
Please
that's the reason.
speak loud.
Yes, sir. I'm saying the when I was doing the registration for the class, the course detail and the content was very old.
No,
That is
that is old.
showing
I'm
about.
only saying that that is old. Don't look at for that. Okay. So I asked
Oh,
many times our admin people just try to remove that course which was in the old .NET framework version that was completely. Okay.
oh,
So
okay, sir. Are
very soon
we
I'll update. Total core content will be uploaded very soon. Don't look at that. You just try to ignore it. Okay.
sure, sir, sure, sir. But
Yeah.
before to start the class, can we get a detail of the content, any structured content, email or somewhere, so
Sure,
that we
sure,
can
sure.
identify how we are going to proceed
Obviously,
with.
we will update you soon. Complete course content in related to core, which I'm going to cover. That was completely they prepared. Even that's also not prepared by me. So someone has prepared, but it's keep on continuing that course content. That was completely based on framework, which is completely old style, which is not related core. We'll try
No,
to.
no worry, sir, no worry. But I mean, at least they should share the new content before
Sure,
to
sure,
start the class.
sure. I'll inform immediately.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Any questions?
Hello. Hi, sir.
Yes, Ravan, go ahead.
Yeah, actually, in the course template, I have seen only .NET, SQL, C Sharp, ASP, and SQL Server will be covered.
That
So,
is that is
what?
what, madam. Actually, that the course content was which was posted long back. That is keep on continuing. I said my administrative team, but they have not removed. But it's only continuing. But very soon we'll update that latest, which I'm going to cover in sessions.
Okay, just
Okay.
now I joined, sir. That's why I'm
Yeah,
asking.
it's okay. Fine, fine. It's not nothing wrong with you. So just I'm telling you, I'm giving clarification. Immediately within couple of days, we'll update in the websites also. Which is .NET, C Sharp .NET course content, ASP.NET Core and Framework MVC, as well as Web API with Microsoft SQL Server new updations. Complete updation content will be update very soon. Even I'll share the total content from my mail ID through also. You'll have to wait for a few days.
Have you covered this React.js or Angular?
No, which is required Angular JS in our ASP.NET web development. So lightly we will touch Angular JS, not completely.
Mhm. So, microservices, sir?
Microservices obviously will cover. So see microservices as well as Angular JS, which is really implement using ASP.NET only. So that is complete web development process. In that we will inject, not in C Sharp, not in SQL.
Okay. Front end means what technologies are here covered, sir?
These are UI. So whatever the designing is required from HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery, Bootstrap to, we will design the front end application development. See, uh, especially I want to give some clarity here. People are asking completely front end development frameworks also like Angular, React, Node.js. So many JS are there. That design and logic purpose it's also good. But the reason is here our main target is ASP.NET developer. So your target is ASP.NET developer, web developer. So if you are focused completely full stack web designer, so whatever you're asking that UI completely knowledge and React, Angular, Node, how much frameworks do you want to learn? You can learn it. That is designer, complete designing and coding as well as. But our main target is here .NET developer. So coding more focus, not designing. I
So
hope you
here,
understand that.
yeah, you can cover any web API project, any code operations in a
That is
.NET Core.
common. It's a very silly CRUD operations everywhere we can cover. So along with API, we can do performance, all the CRUD operations against database, even ASP.NET Core also we cover, MVC through also we cover with entity framework.
Okay.
That's not an issue. It's a very basic application. Everyone will cover that is.
Okay. Sir, if you have any updated topics to cover anywhere you have written or something, can you share with us so that we can go through what are the
You
topics?
have to
Because,
say, the thing is, whatever the course content I'll prepare within 1 or 2 days, I'll upload it. Immediately will reach that course content also. If anything miss according to your requirement, if you have knowledge on .NET already, then you just intimate me that related topics, we will cover that. Updated course, complete topics only we'll cover.
okay.
It's based on your needs exactly. I am here as a trainer to fulfill your requirement. That's all, no matter.
Okay.
But from my side, whatever the industry needs right now in the current trends, we will include all the topics. But other than this, if really required, if you are a real-time professional, you are working in a job, so in your job profile, what they are asking, so these topics are required for you means really, then just let me know so that I can include that also.
Okay.
I hope you understand what I'm saying, no?
Yes, yes, understand, sir.
Yeah.
This .NET Core dependency injection and
Everything.
startup classes, those are
Obvious.
also covered.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Okay. So, how much duration it will take, sir? Complete
4
course?
months, minimum 4 months, maximum 4.5 months.
Okay. Sir, here notes you are providing separately, or in the class itself we need to write notes itself, sir?
No need to write, just listen and go, and everything is there in PDF. I used to send that PDF totally in the day one itself only, total documentation. And lecture videos, you have to watch it daily basis. Videos you'll get. No need to write the notes. Instead of that, just while session is going, how I am typing, how I am doing the logic, and you can do also simultaneously. That will be good. Don't write any notes in your notebooks, because I used to provide all the PDF documentation. That's enough to read.
Okay, here front end with jQuery only little bit of Angular will be covered, right?
Covered. Yes, yes.
Okay.
See, we don't need much more front end development. You will see that why I'm telling you, because majority of the templates will be there in ASP.NET Core itself.
Sir, you can include React JS instead of Angular because which is latest than Angular, right? Because I need React. So
That is what, madam. See, React and Angular JS, you have to learn separately. Got it? So that sessions trainers are differently available. If you need really complete React JS course, I'll assist you. After that, how we are injecting in our ASP.NET also, you will get clarity. This is completely .NET Core syllabus, which I clearly mention what subject is there. C# language, ASP.NET related frameworks, Microsoft SQL Server with basic design of UI. I'm telling you once again, this is completely .NET developer course. It's not completely focused on design and activities with React and Angular like this only. Got it?
okay. No, sir. You are telling like you will include lightly Angular JS, right? So
That's
I'm
what.
suggesting that instead of Angular JS, you can include React.
Obviously, whatever it is, that are completely JS family only. Anywhere which is recommend, it is really that I'll include, no problem at all.
And also one more query, Razor pages also included. Web
Obviously,
form.
that is a part of our curriculum. ASP.NET Automatic Razor, View Engine, Razor pages, Blazers are there. So many are there. That is a part of that. I can take care, no problem.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Sir, here you are going to explain the programs, right? Those are covered like the real-time projects only, right? No need to no need to do the any separate real-time project after end of this course. What you suggest, sir? We can go ahead or what?
The thing is, madam, I'll explain you clearly. Just listen. The matter is how the way you are approaching for your job. That means, do you want to apply a job as an experienced candidate, like keeping 2 years or 3 years is a matter. And one thing, other thing is as a fresher. So many students uh, approaching the job for as a fresher only. So I strongly recommend who are applying a job for fresher, they need to include hands-on development projects which we covered in our class. That projects I recommend to include in your resume, so that because you don't have real-time experience really, so that you can claim yourself, I am a ASP.NET developer because I have hands-on experience development of so and so projects. That you can explain in front of them. But who are looking for job for as an experienced candidate, if you put up 2 years or 3 years experience, I don't really recommend to include any projects in the resume. Got my point? Because instead of that, already you are claiming from your side you are an experienced person, and the experienced person, no one can keep the projects in the resume. Instead of that, they should disclose their roles and responsibilities of your previous company, how you did. That is the main thing. As a fresher, I recommend to include any number of projects which we covered. But as an experienced person, you need not to include any projects. Instead of that, you have to keep your roles and responsibility of your previous company where you are working.
Okay.
Yeah. So fine. Thank you for attending this session. Okay, so see you tomorrow. You can use the same link for continuously next 4 demo lectures. After completion of 4 demo lectures, only you can decide whether do you wish to enroll for this course or not. You can feel free to take the decision. No force. Have a nice time. See you tomorrow at same time using same link.
Hello, Mohan sir. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Please wait 1 minute. I'll start session.
Sure.
Fine. Let's start today's session. So this is the first session of your .NET Core Package course. So this is .NET 8. That means I'm going to cover all the subjects related to .NET 8 standard. So .NET Core 8 also we can call it as .NET 8 or .NET Core 8. So we are in 8th version, that is Core 8 version of .NET. So I'm going to teach all the subjects in .NET package, the .NET Core 8 only. Okay, but there is .NET framework is there as well as core framework is there. So I'll let you know that what is the main difference between .NET framework and core framework. Very simple. .NET framework means platform dependent style. .NET core framework means platform independent style. Okay, that is only the difference mainly. But initially, .NET was completely based on .NET framework only, which makes platform dependent. So what is platform dependent as well as independent, I'll explain you. But later onwards, like from 2016 onwards, Microsoft introduced .NET Core frameworks also. So who are looking for making their .NET applications or platform independent style. So very simple, platform dependent means the .NET framework applications can only run on Windows based operating systems, which cannot run on other operating systems. Whereas .NET Core platform in the sense, .NET applications can able to run on any operating system like Windows, Unix, Linux, other Mac OS operating systems also. So which one do you want to use, you can use, but majority of the people nowadays .NET Core we are using, because core means which can make platform independent style. So programmer can